Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ybot, and this is it's kind of some older footage at this point here, actually. But it's something I wanted to show you guys that I discovered when I was leveling my Death Knight and testing out the leveling strat that I learned from Az over on the channel, Heal versus Babyface. And what I've discovered here is when you're like 92 or so, level 92 or so, and you haven't completed the quest line in Talador, you get to see a different Shattrath city. So every physical object is still the same, but there's different NPCs. As you saw, there were some Draenei guards, there's some random orc there, and some like random Blackrock orc who's injured and wounded. These guys aren't hostile for some reason. Maybe that guy's a frost wolf, who knows. But yeah, anyway, at least for the Alliance side, these guys are all friendly, and it looks like the Draenei have just faced an assault against the Iron Horde. That's what they're trying to set it up as, by the looks of things here, is the Draenei have fought off an assault against the Iron Horde, and the city is a bit trashed, especially in the harbor region, but they've held. And you gotta suspend your disbelief a little bit here, because they do still have Blackhand's ship rammed right into the harbor. But, I mean, they've got all sorts of Draenei guards, they've got Draenei mages, they've got all sorts of stuff. The city is very much alive. You've got protectors all over the Port Authority here, all over the harbor, and you've got a bunch of dead orcs, a few dead Draenei, and we've even still got some citizens just sitting around here. And as you guys, I'm sure, are aware here, stuff like this big circle right here is actually an event in the daily Shattrath area. And instead, we got this big old Elec here, who attacked the orcs, apparently, beat up the orcs, but he got really injured, and now this Draenei Vindicator is trying to save him and heal him. And in the stables here, where it's normally like hellhounds, little fellhounds chilling there, we actually see like some Elecs there, so this is kind of cool. So anyway, this video I'm going to be titling Shattrath Before the Fall, and it was just a cute little Easter egg that I think a lot of people haven't picked up on yet. I know sure as hell that I didn't until I just stumbled upon this flying around Shattrath on my Death Knight here while I was leveling him, because I just did the quest lines as I was supposed to, and if you do that, you don't see this at all. It's a bit of a shame, quite frankly, because this is pretty damn cool. At least I like it a lot. I mean, the city isn't properly phased, but they definitely have phased in some NPCs, given it some window dressing. It's almost like they had plans for this. Almost like they had plans for us to fend off a massive Iron Horde invasion of Shattrath. But instead, we have that very, very abbreviated quest line where it's like one scenario. Now, this happens. And I believe that still happens if we're in Shattrath there. I believe that the center of Shattrath is actually secured somehow. We can't get into it, whether we're there now or there later. And then we fly up into Shattrath Overlook, which I believe is supposed to be in Burning Crusade, at least. This would be Aldor Rise, and where the Aldor Temple is, we actually have a nice little summoning portal there, which is still there in this version here. So a physical object, or maybe this is where the Sargerai start summoning in the demons, because it's almost a foregone conclusion that there's a lot of Sargerai in here somewhere. And now we're heading into the residential district, and this place is completely untouched by the looks of it here. I mean, we've got a bit of broken stuff, but, okay, yeah, we've got some dead people, and that Vindicator there is very upset that he was not able to save them. But it's just like Draenei in their houses, and this area is relatively unscathed. And then this actually turns out to be a makeshift hospital by the looks of it here, and nothing all that spectacular or interesting in here. This Draenei looks like he's healing people up, which is nice. Healing up civilians because they got attacked in the last wave of attacks on the by the Iron Horde, rather. but it definitely looks like Shattrath is holding its own here, as it kind of should. I mean, they built up the Draenei to be such a force in Warlords of Draenor, and even before that, that it kind of begs the question of why the hell did they fall so easily to the orcs in the first place? They used to be like peaceful pastoral farmers, I guess is the best way I can put it. They used to be like just a race of really peaceful pacifist farmers originally, before they retconned everything and made them like the chosen of the light and all this stuff. But yeah, anyway, we also see a fallen defense crystal there, which apparently, and this is kind of confusing to me, the Temple of Karabor has one. Just one. Whereas Shatari Rise has like 5 of the damn things blasting all sorts of fell cannonballs coming in, like a bunch of point defense lasers. And this is a Shatari Way Station here. I believe that, and oh, this actually looks like an outdoor chapel here. They're having a nice little service there, so that's kind of cool as well. And what else do we got here? That path, I believe, goes off to Occamdune, and this is another stables here, so this is just the, I guess, the southern entrance of Shattrath City. This thing is huge, and this is the Flight Master area. So we've got lots of Fey dragons just chilling here, ready to send Draenei off on important business at a moment's notice, and got a battle mage chilling right there with a fire elemental. And yeah, that's a fire mage. I believe we have some other mages in here as well here. Oh yeah, here we go! The Ice Mage! He's a master ice mage, and he has frozen a crap ton of these little bastards to death. So, with guys like this inhabiting Shattrath, I'm kind of surprised that it went down as easily as it did, and I'm kind of curious about the circumstances, because honestly, Blizzard does not tell us a lot. Blizzard does not tell us a lot about the fall of Shattrath here. All we know is what I'll be showing you guys in a second here, is that Shattrath is inhabited by the Shadow Council, which consists of the orcs and ogres, but also of Draenei, and eventually, what's-his-face there, the bad one. Orithol, whatever the F his name is, and by the way, guys, the phasing ends right here. But, Sokrathar, that's the one. Sokrathar, the, and he actually dies here, and there's no voice acting as well for that, so that's also fairly annoying. So, as I said, the phasing ends here. At this point, you can see the fell cannonballs, so yeah, that's where the phasing is right there specifically. And, yeah. Next, I'm going to flip over to my Paladin, who's max level and ready to go, and I'll just show you the regular area here. So, here we are in the regular questing zone of Shattrath City. As you can see, it's quite a bit different. There's a demonic portal being summoned by Sargerai there, so there is still a good number of Draenei. All the Eliks are dead, unfortunately. And I have no idea what happened to that little girl and the great big Elik over there. Kind of too bad, really. And we've got the various named elites there. The lighthouse is still wrecked, as is not surprising. That was wrecked by the Iron Horde, and then the Shadow Council just moved in later. And I do believe now that the what will eventually be called Aldor Rise is now inhabited. And unfortunately, I don't think I actually flew my guy into the spire there, the center of the city. So yeah, indeed. Aldor Rise is now inhabited by demons exclusively, and they're summoning more and more of those little bastards in here every day. And yeah, honestly, I think this is the Legion's main area of operations here before the Hellfire Citadel, before the Shadow Council is able to take over the Iron Horde. And this is the Shattrath Commons now here. So, Shattrath Residential District, and we've got a bunch of demons and people and they're torturing the civilians, the little monsters. So that's what becomes of the poor civilians here. And yeah, this kind of just spells out here just how much the Draenei lose just by seeing this area before and after. At least that's what I found. And maybe I'm being overdramatic, but yeah, Shattrath is their capital. Karabor is a major religious complex, which ends up being their de facto capital after they lose Shattrath. But yeah, the Draenei still take a massive beating in this one. Not as much of a beating where they like were virtually extinct. They've still got, they'll still probably got like 40% of their people alive and on their side, I would say, just as a rough estimate. But yeah, the loss of Shattrath City is a major blow for the Draenei, and once again, I would have liked to know more about it. I would like to know why the Shattrath fell like this. Like, I thought we saved it, kind of, but then the Shadow Council took over, and we didn't really get much information except for the Shadow Council's here now. And there's another demon where I guess we just kill a bunch of stuff, and or we do that thing where we click on them, and if a certain number of people click on them, then they'll come out of stasis. But yeah. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this particular video. I hope you found this to be interesting. I sure the hell did. I had no idea things were like this. I had no idea whatsoever that there was a phased version here where the Draenei were actually in control of Shattrath City. Too bad, really. I would like them to actually phase it back after the fall of Sokrathar, because really I can do without one of those bar zones there, or they could just like make half of it into a bar zone. And yeah, it looks like the battle mage is dead too, and yeah, we're just commanding this area. And yeah, lore-wise, I believe we do take it back after Sokrathar is defeated. But yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Please subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And until next time, guys, see ya!